Imagine investing in a stunning website, yet you're still getting crushed in the search results by smaller brands. This is MyoMaster. They specialise in recovery equipment for athletes, and their star products are their ice baths. In fact, they were on Dragon's Den and managed to score themselves a nice investment, allowing them to invest in shiny things like a brand new website. But here's the shocker. Despite the investment and their brand recognition, MyoMaster is nowhere to be seen in the Google search results for their target keyword ice baths. And the keyword ice baths has an estimated search volume in the UK of 33,100 every single month. Meanwhile, two lesser known brands like the icebath.co and Concept Spa are ranking in the top results. In fact, icebath.co, as you can see here, is ranking number 1, and they're ranking big sites like Amazon. So why is this happening? It comes down to relevance. Relevance over aesthetics as well as other ranking factors. After doing SEO for over 8 years and working in multiple marketing agencies doing their SEO, I found that working on small and large businesses, Google prioritizes relevance far above everything else. Imagine Google as a librarian. A beautiful book cover might catch their eye as well as some of the reader's eye, but that doesn't mean what's inside the book is actually good. The librarian is going to recommend a book based on the cover. And your website's design, it's kind of like the book cover. It's important to a limited extent, but what's really important are the contents inside. Google tends to favor sites with hyper relevance, not just ones with nice polished design. So what can MyoMaster, and if you're a website in this type of situation, what can you do about this? Well, first of all, focus on the page you want to rank. In this case, it's the collection page here. And if we compare it to the other collection page, the differences are this has a bigger description, along with it's a bit more helpful when it comes to adding features to their products. And MyoMaster doesn't do that. It's very bare and basic, and you've got to remember Google's very hungry for data, and one of the ways you can add relevance is by adding content, because only with content can you actually give context and understanding about what a page is about. Another thing that you'd need to do is actually optimize the meta title. As you can see, it's very bare and basic, and the meta title holds a lot of weight when it comes to signaling to Google what a page is about. So they do have ice baths in their name, but it's basically doing the bare minimum. So ice baths, okay, instead of putting MyoMaster, why not add pain points? So why are people going to buy ice baths? Call out a pain point, call out a desire. So fast recovery. So another reason why they want the home ice bath, a pain point would be easy to set up. They desire that. And then I believe MyoMaster are actually getting a lot of searches through their brand name. So MyoMaster ice bath. So what we could do is include their brand name in the title as well. So ice baths, that's fast recovery, easy to set up. Pipe MyoMaster, that's a much more better and optimized meta title. I'm sure you can make it a lot better, word it better. And what you're going to do is basically add pain points in order of importance. So maybe it being easy to set up might be more important than this part, fast recovery right here. So you'd switch out the phrases. And if we take a look here, this is the schema, and that's collection page schema. And all schema is basically a little piece of code which tells the search engine what this particular page is about. So they've got schema actually set up on their page, whereas this site, MyoMaster, it has no schema on the page, no collection schema. And if we go down to the footer, they actually link to their ice baths page. Whereas on MyoMaster, if you scroll all the way down, it doesn't appear that they're linking to their ice bath page. The reason why it's important, because the footer is on every single page on a website. So as soon as you add a link to something, all of a sudden you're going to get a large burst of links to that particular page. And the more internal links you're going to get, the higher you're going to rank. Now, one of the things MyoMaster is suffering from is actually keyword cannibalisation. So if we take a look at these 3 URLs, they're actually trying to rank for the same page. And what happens when multiple pages trying to rank for a particular page, none of them end up ranking. So as you can see, it's including keywords like ice bath. So it's clearly wanted to rank for a keyword like ice bath. As you can see, ice bath, ice bath, ice bath, ice bath. So guess what keyword Google thinks they're going for? Ice bath. Then we've got ice bath bundles. So we've got 1, 2, 3 pages trying to go for ice bath, and as a result, none of them are ranking. And what you can do to see if you've got multiple pages trying to rank for a keyword, just use the search operator site : and then put in your domain name and then the keyword you're trying to rank for. So in this case, ice bath. And then by doing this, you can see which pages are trying to rank for the keyword ice bath. So what you would do to combat this is either delete these pages and link to one page, or add a canonical tag from these pages to the primary page. Now if we take a look at the #1 ranking result, icebath.co, what makes them so relevant is their actual domain name. It's hard to compete with that. And what you're going to do, change your domain name? No, there are different ways to compete with it. First of all, link from the home page to the page you want to rank, because the reason why this is ranking so high is not just because of their domain name, is they're trying to rank for that keyword through their home page. And you've got to keep in mind the most powerful page on your entire website is your home page. The reasons why is because it receives the most links, both internally and externally. So what MyoMaster would do is simply link to the page they want to rank, and then strategically use the blog post. So what you would do with your site is, let's just say this example, you're trying to rank for ice baths. What you would do is create multiple posts targeting ice baths. So for example, the benefits of ice baths. Are ice baths better than saunas? How do I set up an ice bath? DIY ice bath versus pre-built ice bath. So you would target lots of different topics and internally link it to that page, which in this case would be the collection page that you'd want to rank. And when you're creating all these pages related to a particular keyword, you're going to enter something I like to call authority mode, where you publish a page on a particular topic and you automatically just start to rank on the first or second page for that keyword. Because what's happening here is Google is going to see you as a authority on a particular subject, and as a result you'll rank higher for all your keywords targeting that particular subject. And here are 3 reasons why pretty websites could be hurting your rankings. So first of all, there's just too much bloat on your website. There's just too much going on. And one of the quick ways to recognize this is, if there's too much bloat on your website, just use a tool like Easy SEO Extension. It's our own extension that I built, and simply go down to JavaScript checks. Just disable JavaScript. I'm not going to disable it because it might stop the screen recording, and see how much of your page loads with JavaScript disabled. Because if a lot of it isn't being loaded, well, guess what? That's probably a load of bloat on your page. And if there's a load of unnecessary elements on your website, it just creates a bunch of clutter. And if users have to weed through a bunch of unnecessary features, well, that's a bad user signal, because the experience becomes frustrating. They just want to get to what they want and then bounce off. And Google can tell when a page isn't optimized for performance. And you can use a tool like PageSpeed Insights to look at the elements on your page. So next up is plugin overload, or if you're on Shopify, extension overload, or whichever CMS you're on. If you've got too many of these extensions or plugins, it can cause a load of bloat, a load of loading issues. They could conflict with each other, along with it could cause security issues if you're not keeping them up to date. You want to take a minimalistic type of approach when it comes to your plugins. You want to remove as many as you possibly can, just delete them. And ironically, a focus on beauty over usability can actually hurt your conversions. Overcomplicating your design can both confuse search engines as well as the user. Have a clear navigation, make sure your fonts are large enough and easy to read, and have a organized content layout. And not only will this help users find what they want, but it's going to help the search engine better understand your website and get through it. And if there's one thing you take away from this video, it's that what gets you to position 1 isn't going to be your shiny new polished website design. It's going to be the content, the relevance, and the structure of that content. Now here's the kicker. If we take the domain rating of the icebath.co, it has a domain rating of 7. And if we take a look at Concept Spa, they have a domain rating of 17. And domain rating is basically a metric designed to understand the strength of your domain. And if we look at MyoMaster, they have a domain rating of 35. And if they were to implement these changes, I can almost guarantee they'd at least hit the second page of the search results. And if you implement the blogging part, where you blog about a particular topic, target lots of different keywords, and increase your topical authority, they'd probably hit the first position. And if you're looking for a way to find really low competition keywords that have commercial value, then check out this video. It's titled, I Beg You, Forget Keyword Research, Find Conversations Instead. It's more of a unique way of finding different topics that you can target. And this is basically a blue ocean strategy. Everyone's fighting over the same keywords using these tools like SEMrush, but this is a completely different approach. And if you're looking to scale your business with SEO, I'd recommend checking out the link in the description below.